Хотела показать фичу про то, как меняется меню. Логин типа по мере прохождения сюжета, но... Ну, насколько я знаю, это фича каждой финалки. Типа там, достигая определенного момента, у вас будет другое меню. Вот. Ну, можно мне лошадь какую-нибудь? Ясно, обход такой обход. А Клайв вообще по воде ходить не умеет, да? Как-то грустно. Ай, последний раз у нас что было? Пришли какие-то империи. Сказали, мы убиваем ваших носителей, поэтому... Угу.
Spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Так, я забыл, как менять вот эти вот. Сгоревание падает. Падла жирное такое. Еще что толстая штука такая. А, я забыла. Режим берсерка. Даже я кайфую от этой атаки. Грозная цель убита. Как-то таки ушатала. Хи-хи.
You didn't see that coming.
Такая музыка мирная с музыкой. Ля-ля-ля. Ля-ля-ля. Ну и ладно. О, приветики! Давно не виделись, а. Ой, да потихоньку, а ты как? Господи, еще бы откопать свой стрим на этом, на ютубе. Потому что мне чат с консоли неудобно смотреть. Все, я тут.
That must be the bridge.
Чем занимаешься, как вообще рассказывай?
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Как видишь, у меня тут сюжет немножко стекло. Поплакать, привет. Я с тех пор, как ВК блокнули, я не сильно так захожу туда. Так что вот связи сильно не имею. Ну ладно, что у тебя все хорошо. Ты тем более руки не так уж плохо. Да, я не знаю, честно. Опять летик. У меня в телеге такой срач, вот просто вот срач с срачом, блин. И у меня первые 3 чата, которые у меня есть, вот это вот, это все. Все остальные у меня как-то потерялись. Так что крайне извиняюсь. Я не знаю, стоит ли мне брать вторые наушники. О, и на импровизатор это да.
Thank you, Founder.
Ну хоть что-то, знаешь, хорошего. Что-то про наши вспомнились времена с академией. Про ностальгию. В глаз попало. Прям дичайшая ностальгия. Ну, так потихоньку. То есть встать на ноги. Работать типа нужно, но работа считать, что я ей не нужна. Все. Все как обычно, короче.
No one survived then.
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's
Чё-то
not on
брат
my hands.
не выдает
Cole
себя.
said you cast
Или он
their
уже спать
remains.
ушел.
That was good
Лютик,
of you,
что скажешь?
but it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago.
of black-clad devils descending on villagers in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping
Собаки
bears.
бушуют.
I
Орут
assumed it was
вовсю,
all
блин.
just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these black shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And
Чё
picking
твоя
what
мать
goes on
прям-
in that woman's head is a job for
Мать
someone with more
куда?
time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Слушай, я нашла таки твою телегу в своем сраче. Все нормально. Так, куда дальше? Вернитесь в убежище. В принципе, можно пешком. Пешком далеко.
We're not to move. You're
Oi! You there! You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now,
No.
question is, are you willing to use it or not? Because a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos.
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos. Fighting bandits.
It's true. Why, they
Да,
saved me from a
птички
gang of
спасают.
footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
Сейчас помогу.
All right.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me?
У меня Чокоба нету. Если его нужно вызвать, видимо, я, наверное,
She's a
пропустила этот
hero
момент.
to us locals. And don't worry,
Потому что под хвостам я не
you'll know
лазила.
her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no good bastards a hiding from me.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo.
Белое сердце, ну, похоже на ту птичку, которую ты уж потерял. Вот это будет совпадение, если эта птица, это твоя птица, да.
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds.
Я прям предсказуемая, наверное. Так, во имя лута, который вы сохраняете, я вас побью. Спасибо. Гиль, блин. Как перестать гиль читать как гиль? Я не знаю. Помогите.
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business.
Господи, это ж
But I
насколько...
reckon someone will pay good coin
Это
to
насколько
mount
надо
your
быть
head
битву,
on
чтобы
their
противостоять
wall.
птице.
Not around here, they won't.
Наркоманы, блин.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Даже как все говорят, что бесполезны стали. Ну да, есть такое. Драться с птичками. Какими-то упоротыми надо быть, блин. Ей. Неужели мне подарил птичку? Было бы клево. Гиловый или подгиловый жук. Ужас. Да, это его птичка.
You're safe now.
Это его птичка.
White heart, I presume.
Это его. Тебе.
Do you know her, boy?
Это твоя.
That scar. It couldn't be.
Я так и знала, что это твоя птичка.
Ambrosia.
Амброзия.
It is you. You survived.
Птичка.
And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock. made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Птичка. Есть птичка. Птиц.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are.
Какая милая. Чья?
A lord like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
what is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon.
Кия.
Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Кия.
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
Блин, так мило. О, моя птичка вернулась ко мне. О. Красота. Пернатая. Еще и наглазники налепили.
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, a few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now.
А что, остальных двух нам бонусом дали или как?
You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
Спасибо. Спасибо за птицу.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Птиц. Правда, не знаю, надолго ли мне этот птиц. Хи-хи. Чекова разблокирован. А что, мог быть не разблокирован вообще? Капец, 18 лет. Ну давай, позовем подружку нашу. Ну, плотва.
Good girl.
Так, ну-ка.
Run like the wind.
Это слезть.
Ready, go?
Это тормоз, это бежать. Что-то как-то многовато птиц. Не бегать тоже не люблю по воде. Кошмар. Ну, блин, ну как же это веселая музыка Чокоба, блин. Не канон. Так, ну-ка. Нам надо в убежище. Давай. Убежище, так убежище. Ай, знаешь, у меня была бы фраза типа, что птицы столько не живут, но это какие-то МЛ птицы, походу. О, лучший мужик игры номер 2.
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So,
Oh,
you remember how
следующая
quick the
жертва.
Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrick. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals.
Ух, эти пафосные
Four
взгляды.
mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle,
Хм.
Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait. Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
Столько лет прошло, ты
My
только
uncle's
сейчас не
name gave him
узнал.
his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Угу. Это доп. Задание. Опять. Доп. Задание эти ваши. Так, сейчас вот немного пауза. Все.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Как тетяк. Можно музыку впихнуть, кстати. Пусть будет так.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Утес ключ ястреба. Отдаться. Ага. Есть новая почка доступа. Блин, по музыке словно в Геншин попала. Ой.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
Собака.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
Hmm.
We will face it together then.
Oh.
To the end.
Ну, сейчас проверка будет. Но все равно пауза висит, да? Ну-ка. Да. Блин.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends?
Просто я думаю, как мне скрыть там один момент.
More than likely.
А ну-ка. Так вот что идет, не идет.
Which is why we should hurry.
Ну ладно.
There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Чикова для этих, для моих союзников. Ну ладно.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Nothing, we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria, must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows chick like the...
Welcome, stranger.
Что это такое? А, вижу. Чё себе штучка дорогая, блин.
You won't be disappointed. Much obliged. You won't be disappointed. Keep to the roads now.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, the Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire.
А, то есть мы так невзначай кого-то ушатали, да?
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen him, didn't you?
Эх уж эти щиты, блин.
Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know.
How'd you get it?
But we need to find out.
Многих интересует этот вопрос. О ком это они? Так, сейчас, секундочку, кое-что доделаю. Все. Я тутенький. Идем узнавать дальше.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Ой, господи, эта женщина. Она меня бесит.
It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Ну, поехали, чего что.
Let's go. This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the Apollo tree, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mother Crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it. More of my mother's men.
Да меня заблокируют.
Fire and flame!
Вот так вот горите, падла. Нефиг на людей нападать. А тут уже другие. Господи, у меня тут этот чат немножко кукуху потерял. Прям дико потерял кукуху.
Be safe. All yours, Torgal. Go for it.
Вау. Это бойня по красоте. Кстати говоря, мне сказали, чтоб я взяла этот... способности... Чтоб я громоотвод попробовала. Блин, думаю, как поступить. Ой. Ладно, потом попробую. Теперь мы будем везде на чукобу кататься. Так, пауки я совместно не хочу, поэтому прощайте.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
Шурачим.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then? We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Что за фигню? Несет какую-то непонятную. Это пергамики. Хорош. Расквасили всех в капусточку. Кстати говоря, надо меч улучшить, если у меня будет возможность.
Tell me what I want, and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you... We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Мне кажется, ли это ловушка? Ловушка Джукушки.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
Ого. Чё так жестко?
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
Давай пойдем охотиться за одной шваброй.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Ладно. Слишком жестко для такого.
Approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith. Come on. Time to fight. Back to the stables, girl. They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
You find no succor to the south travellers, nor beyond the Buet. The Empire has seen fit to banish us from our own land.
Ну. Реально как-то жестко, блин.
Ready, girl? Fly, Ambrosia.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy! Voice-rinsed dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here.
More than enough for
Fuck off.
Find the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties. Cut you down where you stand.
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. But Lazarus... We'll find our way into the city there.
Ну, идем попробуем.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Фига ты там спринтанула, мать.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Ну, опять, блин. Начинается. Так, сейчас буду. Ой. Уля-ля, я тутеньки.
Or not.
Нет, как-то быстро их ушатало.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
Перебили половину полчища такого.
It really is you.
It is. So wait.
Братишки.
We can speak inside.
Да.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
Можно хозяйку словить,
You mean my
пожалуйста?
mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Братишки.
So wait, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge. Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Не, сплошные политические замесы.
Very well.
Интересно.
If that is your wish,
Разборки с
I
мамкой.
would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
Господи, те, кто вспоминали, кто он такой, всегда ждала плохая участь. Может, не
I
надо?
imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
We'll show them as much mercy as they did our sisters.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
We'll keep them from the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Faster!
Ну, хоть все этим не надо управлять мне.
Look at me sideways.
Come along now.
The bastards are lucky.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Straight home now.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame!
Если просто банки назвали бы.
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody
hell? Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for them.
More dragons! Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Ох,
A
это
noble
какой-то дядька
stand,
пафосный уже.
albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of
Сейчас мы вас очистим.
So wait! Oh no. There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
Get him!
This one.
Over here!
Farewell.
Хихи размотали, как тряпочек.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud.
Mm.
Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Мысль. Интересно, что за мысль тебя заявил? Черные или белые? Интересно, почему?
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter.
Опять значок.
It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rossfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue. You would mock me as well.
Да, дед, ну ты чего?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil, the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddo in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you.
always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit.
Даже так мило было.
See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria.
Ой, я
The
знаю, что я
nation will
сделаю.
be forever in your debt.
Тут можно стрим на паузу поставить, а эту только сцену могу посмотреть.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Who's
authority? Гейв, наверное.
On your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy. But now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Why then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Ох, что тут дядька.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I
Да его
want to
мамка еще
choose a
страшнее.
different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Господи, тут много чего убить придется. Кошмар. Поехали в убежище.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Typical nobles.
How did we never hear
There are new
about these
billets being
Guardians of
posted
Flame?
every day.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what you say?
Ну, давай попробуем.
If you think it will help.
I knew you'd
Почему
understand.
бы и нет?
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
I could have sworn we had a few.
Кузницы тоже грустят. Кошмар. Идем поднимать дух.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Если человек переживает, ты ворчишь.
Nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for? Now piss off.
All right. We're going.
Что дать тебе чертежи какие-то?
I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of hail. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Бабуська.
Do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
Что-то бабка
He did tell me
загадка.
something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe? Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down. Ah, yes. Our mysterious Moogle friend. Nectar, was it? I'll stick with Nectar if it's all the same to you. What seems to be the matter? The hunt board? It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know? Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Alastia are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Там мощь есть, что ли? Очень похоже. Какая-то мазня. Блин, я ж нашла сведения, что-то не горишь тут. Сенбрек. Короче, не знаю, почему что-то не хочет. Не делается.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drastanus, home of Drake's breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drastanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not
Как
much else to
кошмар.
do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
Секунду я не подойду. уже зарядился. Ты молодец. Поехали дальше. Все еще не понимаю, почему. Вроде бы замочка здесь нет.
It will be over soon.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill, when you told me you had to come to terms with your past, you weren't talking about destroying Drake's breath, were you?
No. I spoke of Imran, the leader of the Crystalline Orthodox. The man who made me do all those unspeakable things. I'm going to kill him. It's what I need to do to put the past behind me. What I need to move forward. And I know that I can do it. If you're there beside me.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. We'll bring down the Mother Crystal together. All while Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud.
На прям бурлит, я вижу.
Useful trick. Freezing and thawing the spray to make mist. How did you learn to use your powers like this?
The Masters made me do it. When the Crusaders took to the seas, to keep the fleet's movements from prying eyes. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
This may be the only chance I get to go back. My only chance to put things right. I have to do this. Whatever the cost.
All right.
Может, на пути к очередным глюкам.
There she is. The Iron Kingdom's mother crystal.
Drake's breath.
Очередные глюки, да.
Strong currents, sharp rocks, and ether floods. Let's not forget them. This island is a natural fortress.
But safety breeds complacency, allowing a single rowing boat to slip in unseen. The sanctuary is inside the mountain. If we follow the old trail, we should be able to enter by the back gate.
Right. Let's go. I always imagined when I came here it would be to reclaim it.
It used to belong to Rosaria, didn't it?
Once, though it's been in the Ironblood's clutches for far too long.
As was I. For 13 years, this rock was my home. I know its secrets only too well. This path was abandoned after an ether flood. They don't guard it anymore.
The perfect little shortcut.
Если тяненько.
They're all Akashic.
The ether flood must have spread. It was never as bad as this before. And the only way past them is through them.
Over here!
Я не увидела, что там за щепотка была. Щепотка чего?
Was that an earthquake?
They happen all the time. That wasn't even a bad one. It's nothing to worry about.
Фига ты подкидывают собаки. Не жестко. Секунду. Черная РГТ какая-то. Конечно, не того собрался убить, но ладно, что пойдет. Ну.
To me, boy.
А.
Over here. All yours, Torgal.
The old arboretum is just up ahead. We'll
Ой,
enter the caves
FPS
from there.
там всего.
That's better.
Я же знала, что здесь что-то горит. Мне такое чувство, что я в какой-то Dark Souls попала.
Look at this place. What a mess.
Wait.
Что-то мне подсказывает, что это куча древесины, это что-то живое. О, давно не виделись, падла.
It's turned.
Nothing a shield of Rosaria can't handle. Just like old times.
Мы против алкаша играем. Ой. Это мета. Давай, все рублев.
Don't breathe it in.
Ну что же злобная фигня?
Nice try. I still can't believe they can jump. But these things have roots. Get him. Find how. Go for it. Get him. Help me, boy.
Ну зачем? Я ж не прожимала этой атаки. Вот ты. Ай.
Help me, boy. I needed that. That's better.
Ну ладно. Я думала, все, он такой лег. Топельку развеяла на ветер. Так, я тут.
It's like a furnace in here.
We're inside the volcano. You get used to the heat, though I don't remember it being quite this hot.
Was that one cause for concern?
It was. And they're getting bigger. Something's wrong.
Можно мне без того челика махать возле кристалла? Прям очень хочется без этого. Ну, тут такие финтиперцы вытворяет собака, я в шоке. Ай, иду куда-то, не знаю куда. Сгорь, падла.
Fuck. Is there no other way across?
Жарковато, однако. Гениальная, конечно. Буль-буль лава.
Let's not do that again.
No. Let's not. They don't look too tough.
Perhaps not alone, but in numbers like these.
Мы заберем его. Бимба замерзла.
Well, we aren't going this way.
Let's look for another path.
Интересно, что нужно пошло.
Drake's breath.
We're nearly at the oratory.
What the hell is that?
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, whatever it is, I don't think it's friendly.
Не. Винтер-то так меня убивают, блин.
We're all ready. I needed that.
Блин, не нажал. Ладно. знакомая штучка.
One of the demons. But they never leave the lava.
If I didn't know better, I think this volcano was about to erupt.
Why attack us then? They're peaceful creatures.
Then this one must be the exception.
Это сосиска, блин, такая, а?
What's it doing?
Nothing good, I'll wager.
Откинулась, зараза. Да чего же фигня противный ужас?
You hurt?
Just hot.
Водички.
Thank you.
Водичка.
Quite a commotion our friend made. Let's hope the guards didn't hear it.
The gate to the inner chambers is just up there. Then we make for the sanctuary. I need to finish this. Before the heat finishes me.
Here.
Ну, пошли.
We'll enter the Comric by the Handmaiden's living quarters. It was always a hive of activity.
Sounds like we'll have a hard time staying out of sight.
We won't have to. There's someone there I should very much like to see.
Ну чего же ты злобная? Им не холодно?
Lady Marley. It's me. By the mother. Jill, it can't be. It is, my lady. We cannot talk here. Come with me.
Да, здесь прям никого не заметно. Ни собаку, ни чела с мечом вообще ни разу. Незаметно. Не видно.
I'm so glad you're safe. And I you. Why ever would you risk coming back? Are you a fool, girl? Or have you grown tired of your freedom already?
Forgive me, my lady. But I had to come back. There are things I left undone. Tell me, where is the Patriarch?
Oh.
At this hour, he'll be in the Comric, giving thanks.
You mean... Oh, fiend! Clive, we have to get to the sanctuary. Now. Lady Marley, you must flee this place, gather your things, and go.
Now listen here, Jill.
We have company.
This way. Follow this passage. It leads straight to the Comric. Go on, stop dawdling.
Thank you. You were always so kind to me. My light in the darkness. Take care, my lady, please. You deserve better than this. A long and happy life, promise me.
I'll live if you promise to do the same.
Come on, Clive. We're nearly at the Comric.
All right.
Там хоть прохладненько было, а здесь прям...
Here's our welcoming party.
I've had enough of their hospitality.
Fire and flame!
Ну, идем. Посмотрим, что там нас ждет. Тут рано сейчас какой-то Bloodborne начался, блин. Bloodborne, Dark Souls.
How many of them are there?
Too many.
Over here!
Ой, верните передаку нашего Клайва. Туда идем.
All right.
To me, Blade!
Clive, there's something I need you to know. I saw the Patriarch do things no one should have to see. And so I swore that he would die by my hand.
I understand. I faced my demons, then you must face yours.
Так, ну-ка. Эта штука больше понадобится сейчас.
We're nearly there. Just one last push.
I got
ты мне собаку так кидаешь, гадина, а? Ай. Чё? Не, ну это имба фигня, что так отпиливать быстро. Ну, типа как? Имба тем, что ульта отхиливает, вот. И быстро кот. Больненько. А мне холодно, ребят. Такой меч летит, сейчас протыкает ему пузо еще. Угу.
Shiva's dominant. Come to beg forgiveness for your failure.
For years I followed your orders. Fought your wars. All to protect the children you took. Just as you took me. And what did you do in return? You put them in chains and you slit their throats!
Fiend. Their souls were sullied with the stain of ether. I merely cleansed them of their corruption. A penance paid, just as the Holy Mother wills it! Repent, abomination! For a monster like you to set foot in the Holy Cymru is in itself a crime deserving of death.
You're right. I am a monster. And my soul is stained black. Though not by ether. But by the evil of men like you, who made me close my heart and drown in darkness when I should have raged against it. This is my penance. I will be your monster no more. Nor will I suffer you to create another.
Does the beast bare its teeth at its master? Come then, dominant. Rage, be as you have ever been. A monster!
And what are you, Imran? I was forced to kill. You do it by choice. But never again. I bowed to you once. Now it is you who shall bow to me!
Kill them.
Ой, эти ремзики для меня нипочем. Тем более ей. О, опять пацан. А братишка тут. Братишка сидит. Но это не тот. Ну, нужен, но все равно братишка все видел. Чекнулись, что ли? Господи, тебе уже столько лет, и ты до сих пор не знаешь, каких ритов называть. Ну, это первый театр, а? Допёр. Ага. Не получится.
Why can't I do it?
Ну, чтоб дамочка сказала, как превращаться. Я такая. Дай-ка я отомщу одна.
Please, just once.
Ну ладно, это тоже подойдет.
She won't be able to hold that whole back forever. Better make this quick.
Помогать мне? Эй, Пинка был. Жуткое пламя, блин. Кольцо сужается.
All right. I won't take long.
Ой, что такое было? Чуть крылья отрастить. Можно не надо? Ай. Я ж перекатывалась. Не цеплять-то. Ладно. Не успели. У вас немноговато на квадратный сантиметр. Это, блин. Так, куда ты? Не поняла. Лови копье. Туго было, конечно. Весело. Ужасти. Языки пламени. Чьи языки, не знаю. Неизвестно. Щит.
Jill!
I'm going to finish this, Clive.
Ой, мать, дыши воздухом.
Here. Use this.
Закалка льдом неплохо. Что еще? Сейчас опять какая-то рука меня вытащит отсюда. Да ладно, без приколов.
Were you watching, Sid? You're one step closer to freedom.
The crystal. What did you do to it?
Oh. We destroyed it.
What? But... Monster! Monster! Do you have any idea what you have done?
I do, Father. I have killed the monster and become an outlaw. May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
It's over.
It is.
And Shiva exacted her price.
She did.
Again, the burden fell to you.
And I bore it willingly. This was a sin for which I had to atone. Now I can continue at your side with my head held high.
Ну вот, опять.
Clive, look.
It's just like the one at Phoenix Gate.
Какие-то снега, большие скрылись.
Agreed.
Видимо, мы против нее будем в финале драться. О, вот мелкий.
I kept my promise, and now you keep yours.
This way, Your Grace.
You're bleeding. I have a tonic which will...
I thank you for your kindness, truly. But I assure you, I will survive. Please, save your medicines for those who need them most.
Oh, well, if you're sure.
For a moment there, I felt my brother's presence.
You did?
I fear he is in Ultima's thoughts again. But why now, after 5 years of silence? I cannot keep him sealed away much longer.
Your Grace.
No, do not dirty your hands. like a river flowing to the sea.
Or moths to a flame, perhaps. The crystalline dominion, their light in the darkness. More and more lose their homes to the blight and set out in search of sanctuary, while others lose their fortunes to the Dhalmekian levies and leave to find new livelihoods. What is it that you seek in the Dominion, Your Grace?
Oh, Dion Lesage.
You mean the Crown Prince of Sanbreque?
He has many titles. Dion the Bold, Prince of Dragoons, Odin's Nemesis, or simply Bahamut. I met him once, when we were children. He was a chivalrous soul even then, and has served his empire indefatigably ever since.
And you are confident that he will listen to what you have to say?
Our world lurches ever closer to the abyss, and a hidden hand ushers us onward. Ultima's influence extends to every nation, Sanbreque included. If His Highness is the man I believe him to be, and I pray that he is, this truth will not have escaped his notice.
Да разради. Когда ты ее починишь?
As the mother crystals fall, the eternal flame wavers, and the azure sky begins to bruise. How lucky we were to be blessed by the crystals, and yet how spoiled. Like canaries in a gilded cage, growing fat on seed. But now, the bars are closing in, and we must take flight. Painful though it be to leave our home behind, it is what we must do to be free. Which is it that men cannot live without? A blessing that leads to damnation, or a freedom that leads to deprivation? I do not yet know the answer to that question. Do you, Clive?
Your Grace, let us find a place to rest a while. We can return by the Dhalmekian trail once you have recovered your strength. I realize your duty is pressing, but if your health should fail...
I know. Thank you, Yote.
Вообще, как он выжил? Как он эту женщину нашел в себе? Что за магия в них Хогвартса?
Army's attempt to breach the Empire's defenses and gain the Isles of Ark has failed yet again.
Only because your fleet has proved as impotent as a eunuch on laying night. Would you rather we simply fell back to the capital?
Enough, both of you. All here agree that the Empire cannot be allowed to maintain its illegitimate claim on the Dominion. However, our casualties mount with each passing day.
О, только думала, где этот мудень.
There is a literal sea twixt you and your prize. The armies of Sanbreque need but sit back and watch as you harmlessly lap against their walls. They are dug in like ticks and seek to draw out this siege, knowing the capital's stores are nigh bottomless. And what of our wise rulers? Goaded into war without any thought as to what chaos it might reap. Republican soldiers starve, while waiting for orders from Randalar.
If you would but take the field, their bellies would be full by nightfall.
If I take the field, so too will Bahamut, and our duel will shake the island to its foundations. Instead of liberating the Dominion, you would doom it to destruction. Unless that is what you desire.
If our learned advisor has a solution to propose, we should be glad to consider it.
No.
Is that the Emperor's?
Женщина-истеричка.
What is the meaning of this, Lord Kupka?
What it means is that I am disinclined to advise you any longer. The looks on their faces when you walked through those doors. A perfect picture of stupefaction. They could not believe their eyes. Though I confess, I had my own doubts whether or not you would accept my invitation. Such shocking news. Sid isn't a son of a whore. He's the son of an empress. Your own dear Clive.
Absurd. Who fed you these lies? I have never spent a moment among criminals, save at the gallows. I came here with my son, not to entertain your baseless accusations, but to put an end to the senseless hostilities between our nations.
Very well. You need only agree to the terms I set out. Sid took the life of someone dear to me, a woman by the name of Benedicta. I swore to take his in turn. This would not be disagreeable to you, I take it. You would finally be rid of the stain on your noble name. In return, I will leave Sanbreque in your capable hands. Your Imperial Majesty.
Видишь, как запела.
And all for the love of a common whore. Dominant or no, one cannot hide one's breeding. And beasts will ever belong with beasts. There are greater things in store
Оливье.
for you, my darling Olivier. Soon enough, you shall be the crown prince of Sanbreque. And when your father goes to meet Great Griga, you shall be emperor of all you survey. The old order shall come tumbling down, and you will rebuild the world in your glorious image. Soon.
Капец, кат-сцены длинные. У меня же консоль такая, ну, как бы неактивная. Пожалуй-ка я вырублюсь, блин.
She's been in there for hours. Something must be wrong.
Ну сколько уже мучаюсь тут? О, уже больше нормы.
Is it true what I'm hearing, Sid? You cracked another crystal?
Да.
One day, I want to sail all the way to the shore.
Our man in Dalamil mentioned that Kupka's god hadn't been...
I've done what I can, but the rest is up to you. You need to start taking better care of yourself.
Ой.
Understood. And thank you.
Хоть достучаться, ну-ка.
The curse has spread. Make sure she rests.
If it hurts, you can tell me, you know. I'll understand.
I can bear it.
But you shouldn't have to. Not anymore.
This isn't just your struggle, Clive. It's ours. And when we see how hard you fight, it inspires us to do the same. Or would you rather we left you to save the world all on your own?
No. That's not... Ignore me.
Романтик. Я не смотрю, делает, что я не вижу. А.
In here.
What's wrong?
Rosaria's under attack.
What?
This isn't the Dalmekian army we're talking about. It's the men of the Rock from Drake's Fang. Hugo Kupka's private guard. They're raising hell in Rosalith, trying to batter down the castle gates.
Looking for me.
Seems that way. Reckon old Hugo has finally worked out who Sid really is.
Then this is just another trap.
Ah, it's a trap, all right. The daddy of all fucking traps.
I'm going to Rosalith.
You're not serious. That's exactly what he wants you to do,
Да
Clive.
пусть ждет, блин.
Look, I don't know why Kupka harbors such a grudge against Sid. But as long as it's left to fester, our world will never know peace. He has dragged the rest of Storm into this pointless war just to find me. Besides which, I'm not about to stand and watch while my home gets ground into the dirt. Hugo Kupka must die.
I've lost enough friends to that man already. I don't want to lose any more. So let's go and kill the bastard.
I'm coming too. After all, we're in this together.
All right. I should probably speak to Otto before leaving. We need to know what we're getting ourselves into.
Я вот не понимаю, почему у меня вот этот квест не делается. Ну да ладно. Что ж, это спасибо, кто приходил ко мне, кто смотрел, кто слушал, кто наблюдал. Всем доброго вечера, дня, ночи. Всем пока.